Chapter 1. Who am I truly? Anjali's dream begins in silence. She is walking through her own home, a place she knows intimately. Yet in the dream, the rooms are strangely rearranged. The kitchen is where the bedroom should be. The hallway twists into angles that don't exist in waking life. She moves from one room to the next, unsettled, until she notices a door she has never seen before. It is plain, unadorned, almost shy in its presence. She opens it and finds herself in a white, empty room. At the center is a solitary chair. The air is so still that even her breath feels like a disturbance. Then a voice, neither male nor female, neither near nor far, echoes, "Who is supposed to sit here?" She wakes with a pounding heart, haunted not by fear but by a question that clings to her ribs long after the morning light. Anjali's story could be anyone's. A new mother, she has given her entire being to the care of her child. Friends who once asked about her travels or her witty observations now ask only about the baby. The woman who was once a lively manager and adventurous traveler has been replaced with mom. She loves her child fiercely, but the dream shows her the emptiness she feels, a chair waiting for someone who has vanished. The question is not only about her role, it is the oldest question: who am I when the world stops naming me? Across centuries, this question has pierced through cultures, philosophies, and seekers. A wandering monk may phrase it differently than a neuroscientist, a poet differently than a farmer, but the essence remains unchanged. It is not about job titles or family labels, not about possessions or achievements. Beneath all of these, there is something unshakable, something the ancients called the self, and what today we might describe as pure awareness. The challenge is that this self hides beneath layers upon layers of identities. We call them me, but they are more like clothing worn by a deeper presence. I remember sitting once with Guruji, a teacher of the Aetherian path, in the quiet of a small garden where sparrows sang as if unaware of the human struggle for identity. I asked him, "Guruji, who am I?" He laughed softly, as if the question itself carried both innocence and arrogance. He pointed to the grass beneath our feet. This blade of grass does not ask, yet it lives as itself. You ask because you have forgotten. You are not the roles you wear. You are not even the one who asks. You are the one who watches the question rise. His words did not give me an answer. They dissolved the craving for one. And yet, like Anjali waking from her dream, I knew the chair was never empty. Something eternal had always been seated there. To understand identity, we must peel back layers. The first is the body, the most obvious mask of the self. People say I am tall, I am sick, I am beautiful. Yet every body changes. The second layer is energy, the rhythm of breath, the vitality that animates flesh. When you dream, you feel alive even without moving. Beyond energy lies the mind, the swirl of thoughts, emotions, memories. But thoughts are like clouds, constantly shifting. Intellect comes next, the faculty of analysis and decision. Even this is not permanent. It fades with age or returns in clarity during meditation. Beneath them all lies bliss, the subtle sense of being alive, the gentle hum of existence when nothing disturbs you. Still, even bliss is not the final self. The self is the witness of all these sheaths, the silent observer who says, I have a body, I think thoughts, I feel joy, yet remains unchanged when all else passes. Dreams often strip these layers away. In a dream, you may lose your body, take on a different form, or forget your name. You may exist only as an awareness moving through strange landscapes. This is why dreams of primary questions feel so raw. They bring us close to the bare witness, unprotected by roles. They ask us to face the mystery directly. Consider the college student who dreams of being in a train station with no ticket, no destination, surrounded by trains rushing off to unknown places. In waking life, he is caught between parental expectations and his own restless desire for freedom. The dream pulls him into the core question, without roles and directions, who am I? Or the migrant worker who dreams of speaking passionately but finds no one can understand his language. He wakes in tears, not because of language barriers alone, but because identity itself feels lost. In each case, the dream tears away the surface to reveal the deeper silence of self. Modern psychology echoes this. Carl Jung spoke of the persona, the mask we wear in society. Beneath it lies the shadow, the unacknowledged aspects of ourselves, and deeper still lies the self, which is not just personal but archetypal, universal. Neuroscience adds another perspective. What we call self is largely a construction of the brain's default mode network, weaving together memories, bodily sensations, and social identity into a story. Yet experiments show how fragile this story is. The rubber hand illusion, for example, convinces people that a fake hand is their own if stroked in sync with their real one. If identity can be fooled so easily, who then is the one who cannot be fooled? The question circles back to the same center. There must be an unchanging witness behind all changing states. I once heard Guruji describe it this way. Imagine sitting by a river. The water flows endlessly, sometimes clear, sometimes muddy. You might say, I am the river, but one day you notice that you are not moving with the current. You are the one sitting on the bank, watching the flow. The river is your body, your mind, your roles, but you are not swept away. You are the witness of the river itself. His eyes shone as he said this, and for a moment I felt the stillness he pointed to. Dreams make this teaching vivid. The trauma survivor who dreams of shattered mirrors showing multiple faces is confronted with fragmentation. Yet behind the fragments lies the one who sees them whole and intact. The truth is unsettling. Our identities are fragile, temporary, and often illusions. But the witness, the one seated in the empty chair, is eternal. When we ask, who am I truly, we are not asking for a new label. We are asking to see past labels. This is why the answer can never be spoken, only lived. To live it, we can practice. Sit before a mirror, gazing until your own face blurs and dissolves. Journal with the method of negation, writing I am not this again and again until no words remain. Enter your dreams and dialogue with the figure who questions you. Ask them why they appeared, and listen to what your subconscious reveals. Each practice peels away another mask, leaving the witness shining through. And yet, perhaps the most profound practice is silence. To sit quietly and notice the awareness that is already here, the awareness that never changes whether you are awake, dreaming, or deep in sleep. This awareness is not something you acquire, it is what you already are. The Upanishadic sages hinted at it with parables of salt dissolving in water, or the infinite space within a jar. Guruji would simply smile and say, you are the one listening to this voice right now. Anjali's dream, then, is not a warning of emptiness, but an invitation to fullness. The chair is not waiting for a new identity to sit down. It is already filled by the witness that has never left. To remember this is to awaken, even if only for a breath, to the mystery of existence. And once that breath is tasted, the next question arises naturally, like a ripple following another on the river. Now that I know who I am, why am I here?